a rivalry that keeps heating up. The Chicago Cubs and Cincinnati Reds have long been two of the National League's most competitive teams. And when they meet, it's never just another game. Their recent series was packed with explosive plays, emotional swings, and unforgettable moments that reminded fans why this rivalry is one of baseball's most intense. Both clubs came into this set with high stakes. The Cubs aiming to defend their place atop the NL Central, and the Reds desperate to close the gap. Every pitch, every swing, and every decision had weight behind it. And what followed was one of the most entertaining series of the year so far. Rookie Breakout steal the show. It's always exciting when a rookie steps up under the spotlight. And for the Cubs, Michael Busch is quickly becoming a fan favorite. He launched a 2-run homer early in the game and later crushed an RBI triple that ignited the crowd and helped Chicago rally from behind. His timing, confidence, and power at the plate reminded fans of the kind of clutch players needed for October baseball. Just before that, Reese McGuire, in his Cubs debut, blasted 2 home runs, something not done by a Cubs player's debut since 1958. These weren't just lucky hits. They were confident swings, perfectly timed against tough pitching. Both Busch and McGuire showed the depth and future promise of this Cubs roster. Pitching highs and lows shaped the series. The mound told its own dramatic story across the games. In one of the standout performances, Cincinnati's Andrew Abbott controlled the game with 7 shutout innings, effectively silencing a potent Cubs lineup. His command, precision, and rhythm showcase why he's such a valuable piece for the Reds' future. Meanwhile, Cubs starter Colin Ray struggled, allowing key hits and issuing wild pitches that let the Reds grab early leads. But the Cubs weren't done. Ben Brown stepped in with a massive 6-inning relief performance, striking out 9 batters and flipping the narrative. The story of the series became one of pitching volatility, dominance on one night, collapse the next, making every inning feel unpredictable and vital. Momentum turns and clutch moments. One of the most memorable games of the series saw the Cubs pull off an incredible comeback. After falling behind, they exploded for 7 unanswered runs. Michael Busch was once again at the center, and his offensive firepower was matched by Pete Crow Armstrong's 3-hit night, which included 2 stolen bases. Dansby Swanson added critical RBI doubles that kept the Reds on their heels. The Cubs' ability to string together rallies and capitalize on every mistake was a testament to their aggressive game plan and the electric atmosphere at Wrigley Field. Fans could feel the momentum shift, and it carried into the later innings, where the Cubs locked in defensively and sealed the win. One replay changed everything. Sometimes, the smallest details change the entire course of a game, and that was never more clear than the contest where T.J. Friedl delivered the game-winning RBI single for the Reds. In the 7th inning, with runners in scoring position and pressure mounting, Friedl slapped a clean single that pushed the Reds ahead 3-2. But what really lit up conversations across social media was a controversial replay earlier in the game. Dansby Swanson appeared to have scored a run that would have tied things up, but after review, it was ruled that he had missed a plate. That run came off the board. The mood shifted instantly, and Cincinnati seized control. Adding to the tension, both starting pitchers, Michael Soroka for the Cubs and Nick Lodolo for the Reds, left early due to injuries. Soroka's Cubs debut was cut short, and Lodolo exited after just 5 batters due to a blister. What followed was a bullpen chess match filled with tension and strategy. Mental fortitude, what separated the winners from the losers, wasn't always talent, but composure. The young players, especially on the Cubs side, handled themselves with remarkable poise. Busch's plate discipline, Crow Armstrong's hustle, and Swanson's leadership brought stability, even when the scoreboard wasn't in their favor. The Reds, on the other hand, responded with their own resilience, leaning on Friedl and Abbott to deliver in high-pressure moments. Mistakes from veterans, wild pitches, missed signs, and mental lapses stood in stark contrast to the calmness shown by the newer faces. This mental toughness will be key as both teams navigate the second half of the season and fight for playoff berths. Standings shake up after series. As the dust settled, the Cubs remained in strong position with a record of 65-47, while the Reds found themselves still in a race at 59-54. These games mattered not only because of the rivalry, but because of what they meant for the playoff picture. Every win, Every run differential and every head-to-head result now impacts the wild card and division standings. The Cubs prove they have the depth and firepower to sustain a run, while the Reds show they can go toe-to-toe with anyone when their pitching holds up. It's clear that future series between these two clubs will have massive implications, not just in the Central Division, but across the National League. If you enjoyed this breakdown of everything that went down between the Reds and Cubs, now's the perfect time to like this video, share it with fellow baseball fans, and subscribe for weekly deep dives. Your support helps bring you closer to the heart of the game with every recap and breakdown. Drop a comment below. Who impressed you the most this series? Key player profiles. Let's take a closer look at the athletes who changed the game. Michael Busch has evolved into a clutch hitter for Chicago, and his bat could be key in the postseason. Pete Crow Armstrong's mix of speed and contact hitting adds energy at the top of the lineup. TJ Friedl continues to be one of the most underrated clutch performers in baseball. Andrew Abbott looks like a long-term rotation anchor for the Reds, and Ben Brown is becoming an X-factor out of the bullpen for Cubs. These players don't just contribute, they define outcomes. Their recent performances have shifted the tone of the rivalry and raised expectations for their futures. Tactical moves behind the scenes. Beyond the fireworks, there was strategy at every turn. The Cubs leaned on bullpen depth, sometimes opting for openers or early switches when starters faltered. The Reds used aggressive base running and smart situational hitting to generate runs without relying on a long ball. One moment a manager was challenging a call. The next, he was walking to mound to pull a pitcher after just two batters. The drama wasn't only on the field, it was in every decision made in the dugout. Both teams are using postseason caliber tactics now because they understand how razor-thin the margins are in this division race. Defines the battle.